Hey guys, what up? This is Star with Star Delta 9 coming at you with the little soap shed this morning. Remember I told you guys I made a little boo-boo. I was up one of the nights, Monday night, and I was making the last bit of soaps for my next event, which is approximately 4.5 to 5 weeks away, and I started this loaf. This is the chocolate cherry almond, and we're doing some of the cuts now. They turned out beautiful. But I want to talk a little bit while I cut this with you guys about my mistake. I was pouring my lye into a stainless steel container, and the container looks just like the container that I use for rinsing my stick blender. And I was over near the sink, and I was going to add my cream to my batch of oils, and I picked up the wrong container and I added approximately 1/2 to 1 cup extra water, because I added my cream to that thinking it was my lye, and it wasn't. It was my water. And so I generally do a water discount of 5%. And now I calculated it with the amount of extra water I put in, and it was about a 45% discount, water discount. So the mistake was that I picked up the wrong container. I should have labeled my lye container, and I will do that from now on because they both look very identical, and one I use to rinse my stick blender while making soaps, and the other I use for my lye. So, lesson learned, Delta. Don't soap when you're exhausted, and make sure you pick up the right container. I've never made that mistake before, but I'm not perfect and I never claim to be. So this soap will take a little bit longer to cure. I'll let it cure about 6 weeks to 8 weeks, depending on how it looks. I'll check it out. But as you can see, there's like a droplet right here when you wipe it. It's like water. So I'm just wipe it off. This reminds me of a tulips, these flowers, the drop swirl that I did in this one. And these are the cherries that I hand painted, which took forever. But they are so cute. And this is the chocolate cherry almond. I think I said that, and it's stunning. The scent is stunning. Just stunning. So I'm cutting it a little early. It's not soft, it's not mushy. It just is trying to evaporate some of the extra water, which is what will happen. It will evaporate. But they came out beautiful, and they won't be sold until they're completely cured. So that's my boo-boo. I made a boo-boo. But look at that, I put my embeds exactly where they go. Everybody is right where they're supposed to be. Beautiful bars. Beautiful. I'll post some pictures, close-ups. Just beautiful. This one is just gonna take longer, like I said, to cure. But see, some of them aren't even wet at all. Beautiful. And that's probably a 1-inch bar. Yep, I'm leaving it. Now because this was an end piece, you can see how it's a little softer right here, but this will clean up perfectly fine. And I don't feel the need to cut it. I think it's gonna be a great bar. I will do the ends and, you know, help it to stand. So I'll lay it down for now. But as you can see, this one is really not wet either, and the colors will come out more beautifully. But lesson learned, mark your lye containers. Make sure you mark it lye. I know what my lye container is. I know which one it is. But the problem was I have two that I use that are very, very similar. So this came out stunning. I absolutely love it. I will let it cure a little bit longer, as I said. And hopefully, you know, all is well that ends well. I thought it was going to be a rebatch, maybe doing a hot process in the crock pot, but to me right now, the way it's setting up, how nicely it came out of the mold, I think with the water discount, meaning the extra water that was put into it, many people will, you know, use 50% water discount or add extra water. And if you don't know what that is, maybe Google, you know, super fatting. Some people will super fat at 50%. They just allow their soap to cure longer. So I think with the mistake that I made, it was a really great lesson for me to learn a couple things. I learned that I really should mark my lye container. Even though I think I know which container it is, I really should mark it. I should double check what I'm dropping my container ingredients into, what I'm adding them to, and just double check it. When I was a nurse, we had a 3-check system. When you poured it, before you gave it, and before you put it back in the drawer, you check the name on the bottle again. So it was always just a kind of good way to double check yourself. I was tired. It was 3 a.m. in the morning. I had made probably 60 pounds of soap at that point, and this was the last loaf that I needed to make for the next event. So this one will be cured, just like I said, a little longer, and it'll all be fine. All's well that ends well. One plant, one love, one tree. Peace.